So yeah, boys, this is going to be one of the rawer and frankly blunter videos that I've had on my channel, and I actually want to make a lot more of this sort of content because I think self-improvement's become, on YouTube at least, this place where a lot of the YouTubers are trying to pretend to be better than what they really are. And as a result, you're not really helping the viewers, you're just making them feel more lost and feeling like they're doing less and all of that. So I think me being vulnerable in this video and videos to come is gonna actually help you better. So actually, I think I need to start with the story a few years ago. Before I got into self-improvement, I used to have a lot of suicidal thoughts. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you would kind of know that by now. But then I got into self-improvement, started working on myself every single day, and generally speaking, kept getting better and better and better. And naturally, if you see yourself progressing and see yourself being more productive in general, that depression and suicidal thoughts does start to go away. It won't happen immediately, but believe me, it does go away. But now, fast forward to a month ago. So last month I went on this trip with my woman, and it was a pretty good trip, actually one of the best I've ever been on. And obviously on the trip, we're on vacation, so I took it easy, laid back, all of that. Nothing wrong with that. I think that's the whole point of the trip. But the problem came in when I came back from this trip. I wasn't as productive as what I used to be, and I was generally just not producing the level of output that I'm used to. So then when I realized this, I said, okay, fine. You know how to get back into the grind, get into things. So I did that for the past 2 weeks. Where the problem came in though is my brain saw myself wanting to catch up on lost time. What I mean by that is now I'm being productive again, sweet. But it's also saying, okay, you weren't productive at the start of the month, or start of last month rather. So because of that, we need to make up for lost time. And I think that is a healthy enough mindset. But what's happened here now is it's led me to a point of burnout. And this is something that I think on self-improvements, all of us are very prone to. It isn't spoken about very often. It's also because a lot of YouTubers have this thing of, if you don't experience burnout, then you're not working hard enough. But I do disagree with that, at least from the experiences I had last night. So yes, last night now, I saw all of these suicidal thoughts come back. It wasn't a long stretch, it was for like half an hour. So, but in that time, I could feel that, in a nutshell, I wasn't feeling very happy anymore, and it was for the opposite reason of before. Before it used to be because on a deeper level I knew I wasn't working hard enough. Last it was because I was pushing myself too hard. And to give you context, actually you don't need to know the details. You need to just know that there comes a point where working too hard can cause problems for you. I also saw it in my interactions with my woman. Fortunately, I have a very loving, loyal woman, so she didn't really make much of a rant about it. Actually, she made no rants about it. But me and myself, I could feel that I wasn't treating her the way I wanted to, purely because of burnout. It's one of those things that happened. And as I said, on a personal level, I wasn't happy, I had the suicidal thoughts. And that's when I started thinking, what is the point of self-improvement if you're pushing it to a point where you're screwing up your mental health? Because yes, you might get a lot of money out of it, you might get a lot of fame if that's what you're looking for, you might get accomplished and get, in lack of better words, goal X, whatever the goal is, you might get it. But now imagine you do get that goal and you're not in the mental state to enjoy it. So like, what I mean by that, say your goal is to become, I don't know, a millionaire in the next 2 years. Sweet, so next 2 years you get to the million. But by the time the next 2 years come, you have continuous brain fog, you are continuously depressed, you are struggling with your relationship, you're not really going to care that much that you have the 1 million. Of course, on a deeper level, you can be like, okay, cool, I have this 1 million. That's what I set out to do, and now, fair enough, I can buy fancier things or help the needy or whatever your goal for the money is. But on a deeper level, you're actually going to wish you nurtured your mental health a bit more. So, what am I trying to get to in this video? Here's where it gets tricky. I don't want to give you the message of saying now you shouldn't work hard, because I know a lot of guys are going to use this now as an excuse to say, okay, well, if I'm going to get burnt out, I might as well not push hard. You still do need to push hard. But this is the best way, at least I'm picturing it in my mind, so hopefully this makes sense to you as well. Say you have 100% capacity, but if you push it 100% all the time, for weeks on end, for even just a week, some symptoms of burnout is going to creep in. So, do I think pushing it 100% is bad? No. But I do think you need to do it in short bursts. So like your average, for like a better word, should be pushing at like 85, 90%, so pretty close to that 100%. But that 100% itself should be left for like a once a week sort of push. And this can be days when you know your schedule is a bit less all over the place, so like you don't have to do errands or whatever it is. The days when you know you can get into a deep flow state. These are the days that you push at 100. You see, I think a big place where I'm just continuously screwing up, and I think a lot of you guys would be too. You are spending too much time nurturing the work elements of yourself. What I found for me has helped, and this helped throughout actually, is spending time with my women and focusing just on the relationship itself in those moments. But I do think you need some other form of relieving the brain and giving it something to think about. This is not something I thought I'd recommend, but it's something I'm actually considering myself. You need to spend some more time, and I'm not saying a lot, believe me, don't make it a lot, but like around half an hour to an hour, so really not a lot, but half an hour to an hour a week, doing something that I would generally preach against. So what I mean by that is video games. Not that will appeal to a lot of you, or for me personally, and that might also appeal to you. Just watch some random YouTube video, whichever YouTuber it is that you know isn't really developing you, but it's give you some time to just unwind a bit. I do think that's important during your busier periods in particular. Do I think you should again be using this as an excuse to be watching those things? Of course not. But I do think times when you can feel some brain fog setting in and some fatigue in your brain also coming in, using that as a tool to unwind is not a bad idea. Here's the thing, this is still a work in progress in my own mind, and I'm going to be honest with you. After I end this video, I know for a fact I'm not going to immediately start this new life of watching YouTube videos for fun or playing video games. It's just a matter of I've been conditioned for the past few years to not do those things. So I recognize that for a lot of you it's going to be the same. What I do think though is that you should keep this on your mind, and if you're going through a stage of burnout now or going through burnout in the future, just remember this video and hopefully you got something out of it. But with that said, bro, I'll see you in the next one to become a better man.